I think that we are going to be the favorites for the AL East.
Swing and a drive. You can forget about this one, folks. 3-run homer way up there.
Oh my God.
Chris, you were right. Chris, you were right. You called it at the end of the last video.
Oh my
George
God.
Springer is a freaking Toronto Blue Jay.
I cannot believe this. Get the champagne out. Get everything. I have my water here from last night. I'm going to drink it.
I mean,
This is unbelievable.
But yeah.
I just spilt it on my keyboard, man. This is, wow. Like, I don't know what to say.
So, before we get into it, if anyone's new here, welcome. Welcome to the channel. I'm Daniel. Chris is here too.
I'm just drawing my keyboard.
Yeah, he's drawing his keyboard. He's a little too excited. George Springer sign. We're gonna break that down. Follow us for more baseball stuff. Subscribe, like the Instagram page, and yeah.
Oh my God.
So last night at like 8 o'clock.
Yeah. You guys don't know I'm sure if you're a Jays fan, you would know, but the roller coaster of emotions that went down last night.
At 8 o'clock last night, a Twitter account by the name of, I think it's Brandon Kuhn, I think his name.
Brandon Kuhn, yeah. He is a reporter. He's a Blue Jays reporter.
Broke the news that Springer's going to sign with the Jays. So I sent a picture to Chris, and Chris is like, this is fake. This guy's not legit.
Yep.
Okay, and then someone else confirmed it then too. And then there was a period of like 3 hours of just nothing. And then finally at like 11 o'clock, we both went to bed because we have school obviously the next day.
Yeah.
And Chris gets up and check his phone, and George Springer signed. John Heyman reports it.
Yeah, Ken Rosenthal, everybody, John Morosi. I'm like, oh my God, really? Why you gotta sign so late, dude? I'm like already sleeping at this point. But I'm not gonna complain. Our batting lineup is absolutely disgusting with George Springer in there. Yes, before. Talk about the details.
George Springer, 6 years, 150, I think it was, right?
Yep.
And that puts him the highest free agent ever to sign in Toronto.
Yes, that is confirmed. The next highest, fun fact, was Russell Martin, who is a Canadian. He signed for 4 years, $82 million. So he kind of blew him out of the water.
In between them was highest contract ever was Vernon Wells, who we re-signed for $110.
Yeah.
$5 million. But
yeah.
Springer's the highest. He provides immediate impact to that batting lineup. We finally have a legit center fielder, and we haven't had a legit center fielder since like
Vernon Wells.
Devon White.
Are you gonna say Vernon Wells?
White.
Oh boy.
Vernon Wells was a left fielder, wasn't he?
I could have sworn he was a center fielder. Maybe he played some little.
Okay. If you Vernon Wells is a center fielder, then Vernon Wells, but legit center fielder Devon White.
Oh, 100%. I don't even know what to say. This guy, George Springer, is the third best center fielder in all of baseball, and now he's playing for the Blue Jays. I mean, what better than that? And also, our outfield is loaded. Like, we're either going to have Grichuk or Hernandez on the bench, and those are two solid outfielders.
Here's the thing. They're reportedly broke after the Springer news broke. Heyman reported that apparently Brantley might be soon to follow.
Oh, my God. What do we do with all these guys?
Then I think Teoscar or Grichuk is getting traded.
I would say
you can move one of those guys, and I have a feeling it'll probably be Teoscar. Move Teoscar and get a star like pitcher.
Yeah, as much as I love Teoscar Hernandez, and he brings a lot to the batting lineup, but after the 2020 season that he had, it would probably be in our best interest to kind of dish him off. I hate to say it, but he's got a lot of trade value right now. But also, so does Gurriel.
Yes, but I think Gurriel's flexibility is something we like. How he could both play, because remember, Gurriel still is an infielder, right?
Yeah, and also, he's got a gold glove defensive outfielder, so, yeah. Okay, but we're getting off topic here, Daniel. George Springer.
Yeah.
George Springer. And Kirby Yates. But George Springer.
I just don't even know, like, my mind just keeps racing to that lineup. How are we going to put them in the lineup? How is it going to look? How many games are we going to win this year?
Okay. I got to tell you, this is what I think the batting lineup's going to be. And if I were Charlie Montoyo, I would do this because in Houston, George Springer, he was good. He was a leadoff hitter, though, so his RBI numbers weren't that high. But as a leadoff hitter, he was flirting around the 100 mark all these seasons, especially in, like, 2019, his best season. But in Toronto...
Yeah, before you go into a stats.
Go.
We do have to mention, the elephant in the room, everyone knows George Springer was a part of the cheating scandal. Everyone knows that, right?
I mean, yeah.
2020, he came back and put up a monster year, no cheating.
That we know of.
2019, no cheating, monster year. Okay, so
2019 was his best year, and I don't think the Astros were cheating. They very well could have been, but I don't think they were.
I don't think they were. But yes, he had the cheating schedule, but this guy can play baseball.
Yeah, I mean, so did Altuve, and you see what happened to that guy this year? Yeah.
What?
Like, you see what happened to Altuve? He had the cheating scandal, and man, he just fell off the face of the earth this year.
He can handle the pressure, right? Altuve couldn't handle the pressure. Plain and simple. Springer
Also,
can hit still. Like,
I also saw a little graphic on Sportsnet this morning. I think Springer is like in the top 5 or 6 of leadoff home runs in a career. I mean, there's not many because leadoff hitters aren't usually known for being power hitters, but like still, that's pretty good. So I want to talk about this batting lineup that I think the Jays can
go
have.
into your batting lineup.
All right.
I have to address the elephant
So
before we get slewed in the comments.
yes. So leadoff is going to be Kevin Biggio. His on-base percentage is like flirting with 400, so why would you not want him on in front of him? But I think in the 2-stick, we could have Bo Bichette. A lot of people are saying Lourdes Gurriel and Springer can go in there, and I agree those can go there. But I think we're going to have a good... If we can have a healthy Bo Bichette, he's probably going to hit like 290 to like 320. Put him in that 2 spot, plus he hits bombs. In the 3-stick, we're going to have George Springer to drive in those 2 guys who get on base. It just makes sense. I don't know why he obviously wasn't in the 3 spot because they had like Bregman and some other guys in Houston. In the 4-stick, if we keep him, I'm gonna say Teoscar Hernandez, but you can easily switch him out for Vlad if Vlad starts hitting like 450 or something. So
hey, thin Vladdy is gonna hit bombs.
Exactly. We have a thin Vladdy now. We have a thin, thick Vladdy. You know. He is my 5 hitter in this batting lineup, but he can switch around to 4th and maybe even 6th, depending on how he is. And then in 6th, I have Lourdes Gurriel Jr., who hit over 300 last year. So if you have that guy hitting 6th, like, oh my God, what type of depth does this team have? In 7th, I am going to put Rowdy Tellez. He's projected to have over 30 home runs this year, and you're going to put him as your 7 hitter? Like, what?
Hey, don't be sleeping on Rowdy. Don't sleep on Rowdy.
Don't sleep on him. Don't you dare. I love Rowdy Tellez. He's my animal, man. I love him.
Also is a machine defensively. Have you seen some of the picks this guy makes?
I know, for a big boy, man, he can move.
Yeah.
All right, so in number 8, and this is obviously if we keep Randall Grichuk, I'm going to be putting Randall Grichuk in 8, and his ceiling is like 280 with like potentially could hit 40 bombs. So, I mean, I'm like, you have that guy in your 8th spot. I'm not going to say no to that. And then in 9th, we have Danny Jansen or Alejandro Kirk, depending on who comes up.
I agree. The only thing with that lineup, though, is it's a lot of righties.
Yeah.
But I think you have Biggio leading off. And
lefty.
You put Tellez. You can even put Tellez 6, just to split up the lefties a little more.
Mm-hmm. You can, yeah.
Right? And we might get Brantley, so if we get Brantley, that would help.
But then, like,
yeah,
if you
super good.
Yeah, but if you put Tellez 6, but then you got to drop Lourdes down, and like you can't have Lourdes hitting 7. Like that's just disrespectful.
There's so much potential in this Jays team, and they're so young.
Oh my God.
And I think 6 years is their window to win.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's what it should be.
I'm pretty sure Hyun-Jin Ryu comes up the year before Springer does, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
right?
we signed Ryu for 4. So
did we sign Ryu for 4?
Yeah,
okay.
we signed Ryu for 4 years, 80 mil, and then we have Springer for 6. So probably year 3 of
Ryu
Springer.
was 500 mil.
I wish that would be a risk though, because he's getting older.
Yeah, that's true. Anyhow, but yeah, 6 years. That's the window. You still have rotations looking good. You have that lineup we talked about. Rotations looking good. You have Hyun-Jin Ryu. Nate Pearson's coming back. He's going to be a stud, number 1 ranked prospect in baseball, just saying.
A right-handed pitching prospect in baseball.
Whatever. I'm counting him. He's my number 1.
He's my number 1 too, yeah. He'll strike out anybody else in that list. Yeah, Wander Franco, I'm talking about you.
Who else do we have on there? Robbie Ray can pitch. You could also bring Barucki in.
Tanner Roark, yay.
Tanner Roark.
Yay.
I'm blanking on some more guys.
We have a lot of guys in the minors, like Manoah, Woods Richardson, Adam Kloffenstein, but those guys are a little bit farther away. Well, they're not like super far, but like they're farther enough. But I think if this Jays team,
there's still a chance of getting like a James Paxton,
exactly. If this team can get a depth starter, or even just bring back Taijuan Walker, I think that we are going to be the favorites for the AL East. Not the entire American League, but the AL East. You can quote me on that.
It's funny how we were talking about our predictions. and we both looked at each other and went. We were reading off MLB's bowl pictures, and we both looked at each other. And when they said the AL East, we went, "That's a little crazy." And now we're talking about right now that they have AL East potential.
Yeah, but that was
Just
obviously
the fact
before
of
we got
George
Springer
Springer alone.
and Kirby Yates.
Did you ever read off George Springer's stats?
I did not, but they're good. He has a career
Yeah,
290 average. I'm
There
just
you go.
off the top of my head. I think he's what? I think he's got like a career 290, 270. I don't know, but he's good.
I got it.
Averages.
So-
Okay, read him out.
So at career average, he's got 270 average, 361 on base, and 491 slugging.
Look
Guy
at those.
almost got a
That's slugging.
500 slugging.
That's insane.
Okay. And he was an All-Star in 2017, which was the cheating scandal, so take that with a grain of salt. 2018, 2019, apparently they didn't cheat, so we're going to count those seasons. Finished 7th in the MVP voting in 2019.
Oh, disgusting.
And as of 2020, last year, put in 51 games, had 50 hits, 6 doubles, 2 triples, 14 homers, 32 RBIs in 51 games. It's kind of pretty good for a pretty bad Astros team last year.
Yeah. The Astros, I think they were kind of carried by George Springer and maybe a little bit of Alex Bregman and one pitcher. I think Framber Valdez did pretty good. But yeah, if Springer can get in this lineup.
265 with a 359 on base and a 540 slug. So,
that slugging is really, really good.
And
like,
plus, the ball is going to fly out of Toronto.
yeah, I think Toronto's a better. Yeah, well, Dunedin. I mean, it's. I think that's a small ballpark. So if you see Springer hitting bombs down there, I mean, like those things are probably going to go all the way to Narnia.
Buffalo there. They play Buffalo again.
I don't think they're going to play in Buffalo this year, though. I think it's going to be Dunedin.
I think so too, but there's always a possibility. Who knows at this point?
And
Right.
Daniel, now that the Jays signed Springer, the Jays signed Kirby Yates, the Jays signed Tyler Chatwood, we're in talks with Michael Brantley. Do you think we can get anybody else, like a starting pitcher like James Paxton?
I think I was just gonna say I think Paxton's next. I think they're gonna wait to see if Bauer comes, because Bauer, who knows how much Bauer's gonna get at this point, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Who knows
if
how
we
much
get Bauer,
Jays
we
actually
can.
want to spend.
Yeah. I mean, if we get,
I feel like Bauer's not gonna come, but.
I mean, if we put Springer in a front-loaded contract, then we could also maybe give Bauer a big monster shorter deal, and then we'll have less money in the at the end of Springer's career to pay for like Biggio, Guerrero, Bichette, and all those guys. So I don't really know what their plan is, but
it depends how much we want to go with the luxury tax. So right now, with the George Springer contract, the Jays have 30 to 40 million still to spend apparently. To even reach that luxury contract.
That's pretty good.
Which is sick. It depends if you want to get one big starter, or if they really want, they can divide that 30 to 40 million and get 3 solid, like, middle of the line starters, like Paxton, Odorizzi, and like Taijuan Walker.
Yeah, and then if we're over that luxury tax threshold, we can trade away Tanner Roark and Randall Grichuk, because Tanner Roark's getting paid $12 million, and Grichuk I think is getting 10. That's $22 million right there that you can just throw away because they're kind of useless. Well, Roark is, but 10. I mean, like, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but yeah. Springer.
So yeah, no, I think if Brantley signs, that's the big if. I think it all depends on what Brantley does now. If we get Brantley, then I think we're trading away someone for sure, and then we'll have more cap, and then we'll go get like a Paxton. I think Paxton's almost destined to come to.
It has to be. It's destiny.
Especially
It's
how,
absolute
like
destiny.
the Yankees got Kluber, and apparently they want Luis Castillo.
I heard that's not
room
happening
for
anymore because
in
they
there.
want Gleyber Torres for Luis Castillo, and the Yankees are like, no, that's not happening. So I give him Gary for
Who
Luis
knows?
Castillo.
All I know is 2021 is off to a great year for Jays fans.
Oh,
right
I
now.
know. Wow, impressive. So we've been doing this for 14 minutes already, just fanboying over George Springer. Are you gonna buy a George Springer jersey?
Not gonna lie, I already have my baby blue jersey on right now, my baby blue
Dude.
Vladdy, so
I have my Bichette baby blue jersey on right now.
this was not planned. That's amazing.
That's awesome. All right, so that's the news on George Springer. Sorry we didn't get it out last night. You know, we were sleeping because,
we
school.
have ourselves to look after.
Yeah, and
Mental
also,
health.
like, can these guys be more respectful and, like, sign at, like, 7 p.m. instead of 10 or 11? Like, come on, guys. Yeah, so that's our George Springer signing. If you're new here, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 100 subscribers, so we want to get there. Please help us get there. So, yeah.
Please help us.
Yeah, so we'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.